Hey, this is Nick Kalyani, co-founder of Decentology, and in this video I'm going to quickly show you how to get started building for Matic using Decentology's DappStarter platform. Alright, so you first go to dappstarter.decentology.com, and here you can choose the Matic blockchain, which is currently in beta. The language is pre-selected for you. I'm going to go with Vanilla.js, but you can select React. And then what you can do is you can choose a few features. So we have a number of feature blocks. I'm going to choose a very simple one called contract run state. And what I'm going to do down here is I'm going to choose the IPFS integration and say multi-document. All right, with that out of the way, we can go ahead and give our DApp a name. We'll call it Matic Demo, and we'll say create DApp. So what's going to happen now is that the DappStarter platform is going to take our custom selections and create a brand new GitHub repository. There it is, all done. So let's go to that repository. And what I'm going to do here is copy the GitHub link. And over here on my right, I'm going to clone it. So we'll say git clone and paste the link. And now that's done, let's go ahead and open that particular folder. There it is. Open it. All right. So now that we have the full stack project code, let's go ahead and get the dependencies installing. To do that, you type yarn, and that'll take about a minute or a minute and a half. Meanwhile, I'll show you the packages that we've installed here. So we've got a full stack. We've got a web UI, we've got the smart contract code, and we've also got server-side integration. Okay, that's done. Our next command is yarn faucet. The reason we do this is because Decentology creates some test accounts, 10 in fact, and what we want to do is we want to populate them with some Matic tokens in order to pay for the gas. So it's gonna go ahead and make that request, and what you want to do is you want to run that request a couple of times until the balance for account 0, which is right here, goes to positive number. All right, so here you can see that the account 0 has a balance. So now we can proceed with the rest of the DappStarter integration. So we do yarn start, and that's going to kick off all the orchestration for launching the build, the migration for the smart contracts, and also the build for the web UI. So you'll see that happening here. We move on to the webpack portion, and there we go. Our Dapp is about to be deployed here. And there we have it. So this is the front page of your Dapp. This is the page you're supposed to customize and make your own. But what we've done is for every feature module you chose, we've created a UI test harness, so you can easily test out all the functions. Let me demonstrate the UI test harness for the contract run state, which gives you the ability to pause and you can see that it has a UI for you to check the status, which we'll do here, and then you can also turn it on and off. What I'm going to do here now is show you where you can change some of the source code. So over here in the packages, Daplib contracts folder are the actual smart contracts. The primary one is Dapp state. And so you can see this is quite heavily commented, so you can easily make changes to the code. The architecture of this contract is that the state is primarily maintained here, but there is a secondary contract called Dapp, which can call into that one. So we recommend that developers make all their business logic code changes in this particular contract, so that if they need to upgrade the contract, it's a lot easier to do. In addition to the contracts, there's also the source code for all the components that we use under the hood. The primary one being Daplib. So Daplib is the key JavaScript library that interacts with blockchain.js. So blockchain.js abstracts all the calls to the Matic blockchain, but this is where you would add your functions in order to add communications with the blockchain. In addition, there is also a client folder here, and in the client folder you'll find all the source code for this UI we are seeing on the left here. Specifically under the dapp folder you will find pages, and then under harness you will find all the individual contract components that you have selected. So for example, if I wanted to go to the contract run state and I wanted to integrate that into my own application, I would simply go here and I would copy this action card. So an action card is what you're seeing here on the left, which is a card that has all the functionality and the button built in. So if I wanted to have the view contract run state, I would copy this part right here and I would put it into dapp.js. So dapp.js is the actual page you saw right here, which says dappiness. So let's say that I wanted to remove this part and I wanted to replace it with the action card. I could paste it right there, and as soon as I hit save, you'll see that it reloads on this other side and it's working code. So it just works like that. So changing code is very easy. You can use our test harness code and incorporate it in here. So you can use these action cards, or you can just use an action button, which is probably more flexible because then you can have whatever UI you want. So that is a quick intro to DappStarter on the Matic network. Thanks so much.